Hey y'all, welcome back. It is so great to see you. We're going to be doing my July Shop My Stash. I'm going to talk about what June Shop My Stash products were, go over them, talk about my experience with them, what I found out, by just continuously using them, what I'll be switching out, and then at the end, pick a new products for July. So if that sounds interesting to you, then definitely keep on watching. So I'm actually going to start this off doing things a little bit different. I'm going to actually talk about all of the products first that I plan on swapping out, and then at the end, I will talk about the products that are still going to be in here for July because I either am close to finishing, I want to finish, or I just am really enjoying them to where I just don't want to part ways with them just yet. First one that I am definitely switching out is my liquid highlighter. This one is the Wet n Wild one that I pulled in. This one is in the shade called Halo Goodbye. I expected this one to be gold tone, but it's still got a little pink tone. This one I do enjoy. I still enjoy. It is so pretty. I'm wearing it today. It creates like this light sort of highlighter effect. It's not too like spacey, it's not too galaxy, it's not too like donut-y. You can see it from the Space Gods or whatever. It's natural and it blends easily. It has worked easily and I enjoy it. So the next two are blushes. The first one that I had swapped, or I'm going to swap out, but I'm also keeping the other half of it. So the first one that I'm going to swap out, which is this one, and this is the AOA Studio Color Flush Liquid Blush in the shade called Cherrywood. This one is actually interesting because, interesting because in the sense that I didn't think that I was close to finishing this one. I'm kind of tempted to either still work on it in the month of July because I can pair it with the blush that my concoction, and I might be able to pair it depending on the blush that I'm choosing for July. So this may or may not stay. I don't know. I'm kind of tempted to, just because it's hard to tell in this tube, but there's a lot of product just kind of sitting around the sides of it, and it's all kind of gathered at the very end. I did take out the stock already because I knew I was close to it, and I was like, if I work hard enough, I could finish this. So this might stay. I'm kind of debating, so we'll see. But it was fun. It's it's a good blush. I didn't have any problems with it, like not blending or patchy or picking up my foundation or anything. The shade of it is very much what you see here in the package. It's a very like light neutrally orange. It was fine. Not really like a favorite shade for me. I feel like it kind of makes me look sunburnt, which I don't really like that sort of look. I just don't think it flatters me. It flatters so many other people. It's just not for me. And the other blush is my concoction that I had made back in 2024 that I tried to finish some lipsticks, and then I ended up saying, I can turn them into a blush. So it's 3 of them mixed in here. It's 2 old Wet n Wild lipsticks plus a really old Ulta Beauty in collaboration with Melissa Michelle. And this is the color that came out from it. It is beautiful. I really enjoy this shade. I think it really looks like a really pretty neutral pink. It's almost hinting, not really purple, but a little bit mauve-y. It looks good on me. I really like it. I do pair it with the blush that I just showed y'all, and I will be pairing it with the blush that I decided to pick, just because I'm trying to get more use off of this one before I officially call it a MD and actually say it needs to be out of my collection before I hold on to this any longer than I should have. So the next product that is going to get swapped out, which is my bronzer. This is the Hard Candy Face Off Bronzer in the shade called Sweet Tea. This one, for some reason, every single time I apply it on my face, it is freezing cold. Beautiful bronzer. I really enjoy this one. It's a light wash of a bronzy color. You can definitely build it up more. I am wearing it today. I just really like it. It just looks so natural and it looks so beautiful and it just lays so beautiful and it just works, and I just really had a fun time using it all over again. And the last little couple of products are all foundation wise. There is one that is going to stay a constant, which I will talk about. I guess we'll talk about first because I've already gone to a spiel of my notes and my decision of this one in my 6 in 2026. This is the L'Oreal Tinted Paradise foundation thing mixed with an Essence one. I will put it up on the screen for you guys because it's always, my brain just doesn't want to function. So I did take notes on this one. I am going to end up trying to finish this one. I do actually enjoy this one. It will stay in here because I'm pretty sure that I can finish this up. Maybe not anytime soon, just because I do want to rotate some of my other foundations. So half of the month we'll get this use, half of the month we'll get another foundation use, but this was my main focus, so that one is staying. The next foundation is one that I also wrote notes on, maybe not extensively as the L'Oreal one, just because I think I was kind of getting lazy and I was just like, whatever, I think I wrote enough. And it's the AOA Studio Air Cream Foundations. I have 2 of them just because the original one I picked up, L2, is very pale and too light for me, so I ended up picking up the shade called M1, which is a little bit darker. I did try these out, I believe, for a whole week. I know that I would do them on their own. I would use them with a brush, and then I would use them with the luminizer and kind of mix them. So on day 1, I used the foundation, my Essence primer, and a brush, and on this day, oh my gosh, if y'all saw how deep I scooped this foundation thinking I needed all of that, I was absolutely crazy to think that. This one can get heavy, it can definitely get very cakey, it can definitely get almost in full coverage territory. So do not use that much foundation on this one. I learned that on day 1. It looked heavy and it had a very glowy, dewy finish. I had no problem applying anything else on top. All the other products I had chosen blended fine, worked fine. It didn't feel heavy on my skin, even though I knew I applied too much, so maybe that was just my brain kind of wanting to make me think that it was heavy, even though it just didn't feel that way. And then anytime that I did touch my face, I can definitely have some of the foundation coming off. It was transferring, didn't stick to my nose, and I called this a slipper foundation, which is very true. On day 2, I did primer, luminizer, foundation, and the brush. I applied way less, like the littlest, tiniest bit. and that worked way better. It didn't feel heavy, it didn't look heavy, it didn't have that like extreme glowy finish to it at all. I could see through the foundation a little bit, so I could see like kind of my skin through it, which was fine. It was just a bit dark, the shade. I think maybe I applied the darker of the two more than I did the lighter one, but it just looked 1,000 times better. And then on day 3, I did primer, luminizer, brush, and foundation again. And I believe on this day I set it with powder. So the past 2 days I scraped out the foundation with a tool and applied, but then on this day I ended up just dabbing my brush into it, which worked way better. So I don't know if it's the bristles of the hair that picks up the foundation better or why it worked that way, but definitely if you grab this, pick this up if it's still available, or if you have this, try dipping your brush straight into this one and then like swipe and apply the foundation. And it looked 1,000 times better. This was probably my favorite way that it looked and the favorite way that I had applied it. It also didn't sit on my nose well. It did have the dewy finish this day. I set it with powder and it didn't transfer like the previous 2 days, and it just looked a lot better with powder. So I learned that about this one. I really wanted to put this one to the test because it's been sitting in my drawer just looking at me like, hey, use me, you bought me, you should actually touch and get me out of this drawer because I'm going crazy. And then the other foundation, which was a rollover from May, and is one of my favorite foundations. It's the also one from AOA Studio, the Luminous Skin Veil BB Cream. Absolute gorgeous. It is such a like dewy finish. It's a natural finish. It's definitely a BB cream. It's lightweight. It pairs well with some of the primers that I was using it alongside it with, and all of the other products that I was layering on top of. I never really set this one, and it works wonders. It looks beautiful. I don't have a problem with it separating or coming off in certain areas or looking dry. Like, that is just such an absolute beautifully perfect foundation for me, and one of my favorites for an obvious reason. So yeah, and this one didn't get much use just because I ended up gravitating towards the L'Oreal one once I found out that I really do like it, even though I neglected it for so long. The one that's just kind of staying in, it's one that you will kind of see in every Shop My Stash video until it is finished, until I pick up a new one. This is the Hamish Tone Up Sunscreen. Still using this, still enjoy it. The thing that I have found as of lately, within the past like 2 weeks of doing something different, instead of applying this with my fingers, I will shake it up, squeeze it onto my face, and then I will actually use this sort of like big, I don't know what you call this, it's like a, not a buffing brush, I don't know, it's like a very paddly sort of brush. These were a thing like many years ago, and so what I've been doing is using this to really like blend and get into all of the spots that, I don't know, I don't feel like my hands really, I mean, they do get in all of the spots of my face, but to like really soak them in and to really get into all those crevices and get a fine even finish, I am using this with this as well as some other products. The next product that will remain, because I am so close to finishing, but I will be picking another new one for the month of July, because since I'm close to finishing this one, I know that I will have to pick a new one, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that already. This is the Essence Prime Plus Studio, the hydrating, I believe primer, it's the hydrating, plus skin refreshing primer with 24-hour hydration. I am literally digging down to the very end of it, so I am having like a little bit left, probably like a week and a half worth, maybe, if that. I know it's not much. I am almost finished with this. I'm glad to hopefully almost be done with another primer in my collection. And also the way that I have been enjoying the way that my face looks, or the finish of it, is instead of scooping this out and apply it and then use my hands to blend it out, I've been using the same brush that I use with the sunscreen. It just looks really good. So again, my thing is, it's an okay primer. I used to, I guess, really enjoy this one before, and then it's hydrating, but it's not like incredibly hydrating. It lasts for, you know, like 30 seconds if that. But, you know, it's been holding up with all of the foundations that I've been pairing it with, and I'm just glad that it is getting used and it's almost finished. The next product is my Milani concealer. This is the Retouch and Erase, I believe, concealer that I have decanted into a smaller container, so that way I can get every last drop out of it and I can actually like use it and still chugging along with this one, still using it. This one is a little bit darker than some of my foundations, which is fine because the foundation that I have been using in my 6 in 2026 is pretty light, and I've been using this to mix it in there to kind of darken up a little bit and get more use off of. It's a decent concealer. It's not my favorite. It's not amazing. Does it do the job? Yes. Am I going to complain too much? No. Am I going to repurchase it? No, because it's discontinued. But it's in my collection. It's going to get used, and it's going to have to get used because it's got no choice. The next product that is also staying in here is the CoverGirl Skin Enhancer Luminizer, and this one is also featured in my deck of panning, and is something that is specified in one of my prompts to end up finishing it, so that is why I'm also including it in my Shop My Stash. And as well as this one, I feel like I am also like almost close to done. Like, I think maybe in this month, July, I might be finished with it, because I feel like there's just this little bit here. Like, I don't know, I feel like it's getting real empty, and I'm glad. Like, I am just so beyond glad. The last product of the 3 that I am applying with this brush, I find that this just applies some of these products a little bit better, or just like lays better, looks better, and that is just kind of how I've been pairing this brush with the sunscreen, the primer, and this one. And yeah, I'm enjoying it. This one adds a little bit of a luminizer to my foundation. The next product that is also a constant, and I forgot to mention earlier, but I'm mentioning it now, and this is my e.l.f. Camo Color Corrector in the shade called Peach. This is one that I just kind of threw in here just because I don't often gravitate towards color correctors. It's that extra added step, you know, with like the luminizer and things that I'm like, I don't really care. And I'm like, I don't know why I ever thought I needed a color corrector. Most of the time I'm lazy and I just do the concealer. And if you can still see dark circles, you're still gonna see dark circles. Like I'm not gonna be one to have full coverage and like try to hide them. It's just like, at the end of the day, I'm human. I look like a zombie without makeup. I look like a zombie with makeup, and that's just what we're gonna deal with. The 6 products that are remaining a constant and then will be the last ones that will roll over for July are all of these. It is my 2 mascaras, which is the Revlon So Fierce Big Bad Lash. Really enjoying this one. I think this might be a repurchase for me because of how I've managed to make it work for me. I managed to curl my lashes. I coat just the tips of my lashes. Then I work on this side. I coat the tips of this one, and then I go from root to tip, and I really like work the mascara wand, and I roll it, and I do like all of this magician work for it, for my lashes to come out very thick, black, and long, and I love the effect that this gives. The other one is the Revlon 5D Waterproof Lash. This is one that I tried to use for my top lashes. Didn't go well. It didn't hold. It kept flaking, and it kept having my lashes just fall flat. Not a look I want, so I mainly use this on the lower lashes because the wand on this one seems to just work better for that, and I don't really have a problem with flaking or anything like that. For brows, I'm still going to be using the QIC Dazzling Eyes Double Eyebrow Pencil. It's, you know, a triangle tipped brow product. I'm fine with this one. I just really want to use this one up just because it's not like a complete favorite and it's not all that, you know, amazing, and I don't know where else to find this because I think I received this for free in like a sampler box or something like a while ago. So I'm like, and I do have a favorite brow, 2 favorite brow, well, actually no, 3 favorite brow products. Can I count? No. That I can rely on and that I could always repurchase if I need to. And then the other 3 is the Benefit Gimme Brow, something that I kind of just threw in here at the beginning, of the year, just because my sister gave this to me, and I'm like, okay, cool, I'll use it up. And there's that. The NYX Glitter Primer, because I'm working my way down to this one. I have another one, so once this one I already have a backup. It's been absolutely amazing to use and to enhance all of my shimmer eyeshadows and to really make them pop, and I've had no problems with this one. I enjoy it. I like it. And the last constant, which is still the eye primer that I'm focusing on, and I'm feeling like I am pretty close to emptying this one. Oh, sorry, it's the About Face Smoothing Shadow Fix Eye Primer. It is very like hollow. It is very still like, it's just air in here. I feel like I'm scraping, when I open it up, I'm having to scrape the sides out. I am tempted to cut this and see how kind of close to finishing I am, because I know there might be products still kind of clinging to the sides of the packaging of this. So if that's the case from filming this one, I didn't pick a new one, because I'm like, I'm still holding on to this one. But if I'm having to pick a new one, by the time I remember with editing this video, I will put it up on the screen. If not, I will put it in the description or the comments or something. But until then, that is still the one. So now that I went over all the products, I know this is kind of long, I apologize, but now we can get to picking some products for July. I do still have the Essence primer to work on that I decided to roll over into July. Since I'm almost finished, I might as well just go ahead and finish that one. And looking here in my primers, I think I'm actually going to use this one, which is from AOA Studio. It is called the Aqua Hydrating Face Primer. I know it says AOUA, but it's actually supposed to say Aqua. So I'm going to pull this in because I haven't used this one in a while, and I really do like this one. It's for foundation. Since I am still using the L'Oreal one from my 6 in 2026, I also want to pull in another just to get use off of it. So I'm thinking, I was kind of debating between these two, but I think I might pull those in later this year. Since we're still kind of summery months and it's still going to be hot for quite a while here, I think I'm going to go and use my Revolution Super Dewy Foundation. This is the skin tint, and I do have the shade called Medium Light. This one is a pretty, like, very light foundation, so I will have to layer this one up, and the coverage is very light, and then, like, the shade match is, like, pretty spot on just because it blends in with my skin, and there's, like, no difference from my neck to my face, so I'm excited to bring this one back out. We are at my bronzer / contour and blush drawer, and I think later on in the year I will pull in powder products. I'm actually thinking about it this year. I always say it and I never go through with it, but since I want to use cream products and I could always just set my face with a powder, which sometimes I kind of do from time to time, so I'm actually going to pull in the Essence Baby Got Bronze. I have not used this one in a really long time. I want to refamiliarize myself with it. I believe it's good. I believe I like it. It's creamy, but I kind of want to see if that still kind of holds true. So I think we'll pull in this one. So now we're working on the blush side, and for this one, since I'm rolling over the Shop Miss A one, the liquid color flush, since I'm basically like kind of almost finished, and I think in July I could finish it, plus I still have my concoction, which I'm also using, and I'm going to pull in another blush that I think would layer with all of them. You can't really tell, and I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference if I layer them, and it's kind of similar to the Shop Miss A one, and it is going to be this LA Colors Cream Gel Blush. It kind of looks like this. It's very soft orangey tone. It's in the shade called Hypnotize. It's cute, you know, it's a good color. I just think that's very similar to the Shop Miss A one, and then if I layer my other concoction blush, you're really not going to see a big difference. So moving over to my concealer slash color corrector, mascara, brows, and eye primer drawer. I know it's such a hodgepodge collection of items, but for concealer and color correctors, I'm actually not going to be pulling in anything new because, like I mentioned in the beginning talking about June's products or picks, I'm still working on the Milani one, and I kind of use that to darken up the L'Oreal foundation. So I'm just going to keep kind of doing that until I'm finished with that one, and then I'll work on a new one. Mascaras, I'm still working on the two that I have open, and then when those are done, I will pull in this one and then a new mascara in my collection. For brows, I am also not going to be switching out. I'm going to keep using that QIC one. For eye primers back here, I'm not going to be swapping that out yet. Then our last drawer, which is my highlighters, my powders, and then like my glow enhancers. For highlighter, I am going to pull in another one that is good. It's just, I think it's kind of not really getting old. I just think it's kind of getting kind of stuck together a little bit. So I can still manage to apply it and use it, but I do have to kind of warm it up and give it its own little push, so to speak, which is the e.l.f. Jelly Highlighter. And this one is in the shade called Bubbly. I really like this one. It's a natural little looking highlighter. One of my favorites, but no longer available. So this one is probably one of my oldest, like cream-ish sort of highlighters. So I do want to probably see if I can maybe use this up this year, or at least get a lot more use off of it. And then for powder, I have been kind of rotating between this e.l.f. Compact, which is a really old one, to kind of use to blend out my harsh eyeshadow sometimes. Kind of been rotating this one in as well because I wanted to see how it looks on top of one of the foundations. I think it was L'Oreal or the AOA Cream foundation that I pulled in last month. I believe I talked about that in the beginning of this, and right now it's not in my mind. I'm not even thinking of it. My mind is blank. Anyway, so yeah, so I'm not really going to pull them in, but I do kind of open this drawer from time to time and then reach into those when I feel like using those. And then glow enhancer, I'm not going to be picking a new one just because I'm trying to finish the CoverGirl, since that one is still in my deck of panning, and I think hopefully by this month, July, it will be done. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you in my next one. Bye bye, guys.